Everybody, and welcome to Known Realms Tolesh. Before we dive into tonight's adventure, let's go ahead and introduce our players, starting with David.
Hello, I'm David. My name is David. You can catch me here as Whistle, both he, him pronouns. Otherwise, you can catch me over at Stealthy Elf Productions as the GM for a couple of Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaigns with some really cool people, my friends. That's me.
And on to our next player, Angie.
Agonethetic on the internet. They, them pronouns. I'll be playing Zio Marino tonight. Also, you can catch me on January 19th over on Just the Humans.
It's February, baby.
February 19th. Thank you for that. February 19th over on Just the Humans channel. We're going to be doing a charity live stream playing some Candela Oscura. I'm very excited about that. It's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the next day over at Bad House RPG, playing Embers of Rage, our first episode of a 10-episode series. Werewolf, the Apocalypse, bikers with a full Latina table. I am very excited.
Thank you very much, Angie. Next up, Lou.
I'm new. Sorry, I have to match the energy. I like sounding like a sick Victorian child. And I also wish I had started the bit that Angie has where they're just frozen. That's great. Okay, I'm Lou. I play Lazuli. She, her pronouns for both of us. I'm a witch.
She's a witch. Thank you.
You're a witch, Lou.
She also did the incredible campaign art that you can see on screen now. Check her out on all of her socials.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, Button.
Hello, I'm just a pathetic little fella. My name's Button. My pronouns are they, them. I play Echinacea, whose pronouns are also they, them. I'm Bluebluebutton on social media. You can find me over on Stealthy Elf Productions every other Saturday in Unearthed Inheritance. You can find me over on the mini campaign on Dice Cream Sandwich called Astral Academy. Alec, it is your turn.
I'm just a pathetic little fella. Really got me. Hello everyone, my name is Alec, and you can find me all places on Zine Internet at Tales Archived Zine. Is that correct? Did I do that wrong? Alright, all places on the internet, Tales Archive. You can find me there. If I'm not here, as the Archivist of Known Realms Tolesh, you can find me as Finn Reese over at Heroes of Mysteria, Unearthed Inheritance over at Stealthy Elf Productions. That's that. And big ups to Lupine Honey, sponsor of the channel. You guys can check out original designs, artist collaboration, and fandom merch over at Lupine Honey. Caroline has been so kind to offer us a promo code, Tales Archived, for 10% off of your purchase from their store. So please go ahead, hit the link in chat, and check out Lupine Honey. It's really getting uncanny, and I don't like it. Also, on a more serious note, we still have our...
Sorry.
It was immediately clocking out of the bit. On a more serious note, we still have an open donation link for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, supporting those in Gaza and Palestine who need our help in this time. If you're able to click the link and donate to a good cause, we'd appreciate it. We support a free and open Palestine here. So, yeah. Oh, God. The immediate disengaging of the bit was really good. In our last chapter, Victory is a Victory, we picked up, actually, the day before with one Lazuli, who found herself chilling in her room within the carriage after sending some spirits off to their final rest. After spotting an odd mote of light, Lazuli blinked and found herself within the Grand Archive of the Buanid Coven, meeting the Witch Supreme, only known as the Librarian. It is there where the two talked and communicated. And did you just say hot? Sorry, that threw me. Hot. Where the two communicated about Lazuli's path. The librarian had asked the young fairy about some questions about community and connection and what she wants to use her power for. And that engagement ended with the bestowing of our first transformation class. Lazuli has taken her first level in the witch transformation class and has also been bestowed a little buddy, a proper little gentleman stoat by the name of Fritz. Incredible. We then we pick up with the rest of the party. Whistle, I believe you're still training. Zio, you're playing tic-tac-toe. It's not going well. And Echinacea, you were stargazing with Chimere, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I was doing that. Listen, you're so real. It doesn't matter that we played 2 days ago. This is pre-recorded. It was then where the air quickly changed after Amari was asking if there was a possibility that he could get a bonus for how efficiently this job got done by the Matron of Ravens. When, would you look at that, she showed up. And then the party had a pretty big conversation with the Matron, discussing rewards. Boons from the Matron were given. Everybody got a feat, except for Amari, who got his one Vorpal sword broken in half and turned into 2 Vorpal swords. The group learned that the divine beings of Aosha cannot, in fact, interfere with pacts made by the Fae. And this was initiated by one motherfucker that we all hate. Say his name with me now, Kervaith. That dumb bitch. And got a bit of history on Almar, the individual that Chimere and Amari were sent to ultimately kill. It was made clear that he had worked alongside the Matron, stealing souls from under her, and after being given more than one opportunity to right his wrongs, he continued to serve the necromancer and aspiring lich, Demaria Faust. We also found out that there is a portal to the Shadowfell underneath the Whitmore estate. Listen, that prophecy just keeps on giving. And then we did a fun little combat group time. And everybody fought. It was Team Amari versus Team Whistle as everybody threw hands, and Team Amari came out on top. But not before like a horrific display from Lazuli frightening the captain of the opposing team and just taking on her witch status in high regard. Incredible. Kalen almost drowned. He did get electrocuted. He was not actually going to drown. I was never going to let that happen. It was a goofy goob. But the session ended with Chimere and Amari saying their goodbyes to the party. Of course, they were given bookmarks to be able to stay in contact with the Fated, and the group saw as the 2 champions of the Matron summoned their sky sail and blasted off into the astral sea. Team Rockets blasting off again. David said it last time. It didn't. I appreciate it more than I said. But we pick up. We're gonna say that it's the same day. So we are picking up with you guys. We're picking up as you guys are kind of finishing up travel activities and preparation. What was that?
It's just the 15th?
Yes, correct. Yep. So you guys, this session, we're ironing out, preparatory things, setting the plan, and then getting going. So we are going to pick up with Whistle.
And it's kind of like, what time of day? They just left kind of deal?
Yeah, it's It's not even noon yet, so you're still kind of rocking early in the day.
Okay. We have some time before we hit before we hit Cyvaholm, and
Yeah, you got like 6 days.
Okay. I think Whistle is going to go actually and find Echinacea.
Okay. You do so.
Okay.
Your prelude!
Yes, it certainly came in handy. Thank you, Doctor, for all your help on the field and off the field.
We lost. What do you mean?
We did. They certainly played well. How's Kalen?
They were incredible.
He's not too...
He is
Fine,
far
he is
too
now.
effectual. He's far too effectual to let a lake get him.
Good.
Quick pan to Kalen in the back of camp dumping water out of his boots.
It's probably cold as shit too. Sorry, Kaylin.
Do you remember when we did the cold water plunge
Yes.
and there were icebergs?
Very cold. Whistles kind of looks around. We kind of alone. Alec?
Huh?
We're just gonna kind of glance around, make sure we're alone.
Yeah, you guys have privacy. It's easy enough to find.
Okay.
There's something I forgot to mention back at Ishro's castle. And something I've known a bit about for a while.
And he's going to kind of turn and kind of unclasp the armor and reveal the tattoo on his back.
Oh. Does this look familiar?
Give me an Arcana check.
13.
The design itself, no, but you just get the hint of an arcane signature that is very similar to tattoos brands essentially had by Nivian and Lucian back in Isle Thalor.
I've been very cautious about sharing things because I recently learned that my old boss can gather a bit of information through this mark. My thoughts are possibly compromised. That, and she can use it to hurt me when she wants.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm just wondering if...
Yes, I'm sorry.
I imagine removal would be complicated. But, I was just wondering if maybe there was a way to prevent the scrying aspects.
Well, Kaylin taught me the magic to remove what this curse does. I believe it removed the pain and the scrying from Lucian and from Nivian. Though I think the brands are still there.
I don't mind the brand, but I've been rather on edge of late, considering that there's a possible chance that my thoughts are not just mine or Nikolai's.
Believe me, I understand the terror of wondering if your thoughts are only your own. I don't have the magic prepared today, but I can prepare it first thing in the morning.
If it wouldn't be too much trouble, I would greatly appreciate it.
If I could have it right now, I would take care of it this instant. My magic is unfortunately just a little more finicky than that.
Your magic is very impressive and very useful. It's gotten us out of many a tight scrape so far.
Thank you.
Well, I will go and assist with the watch.
Before you do,
Yes.
can I ask, do you feel like she has made you think things? In addition to listening? How do you feel? Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm quite certain that my choices are my own, but now I'm starting to wonder. I guess I hadn't thought about that.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
No, it's good. I'll have to be very mindful. But at least from what I know, Izradan's manipulative, but she enjoys the twisting of people's wills as much as having them execute her will.
I understand. I only asked because, I know that there are things you feel guilt for, and I recall feeling tremendously guilty for things that it turned out I didn't do. And you can see Echinacea is not necessarily speaking from a place of logic at this moment. I think if they were thinking more clearly, it might be obvious to them that the things Whistle has talked about are the span of a life when they're talking about like a moment. But you can see in this moment their concern for him.
I appreciate your concern, Doctor. I don't mean to worry you.
You're not worrying me. Someone's hurting you, and it's unacceptable. And in the morning, I'm going to fix it.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll go make sure we're not attacked.
Me too.
Echinacea, as you do step away, you feel in the Mind Palace, Aedwulf beginning to stir again after being asleep. But there is you are able to process in this time that at Whistle's description of someone enjoying the making someone do something, there is just a small chill that runs down your shared spine. Just a bit of remembrance in that action. You can tell that Aedwulf is thinking about, obviously, their experiences as the Vilderaven, and then the false memories that have been imprinted on you. And you just hear we're all right. And he will be too.
We will be all right, and he will be too.
An invisible hug just sort of wraps around your shoulders as you walk forward to ensure that camp is safe. Zio, pick up with you.
Zio is I think Zio has been sort of awkwardly standing in the general vicinity of Isandro, but not really sure how to approach him because, yeah, just T-posing.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just sort of like that thing where like kids will stare at people for a long time, and then when a look is sent in the direction, they like look away or like.
Clear enough to see that, like, even though this was a playful bout, like he got pretty rocked,
his ass beat.
Yeah. So I mean, you see his cloak hanging on the carriage. He's got his shirt up as he's just sort of like wiping snow on the wounds, and you see as the snow sort of hovers over, there is this. It's akin to the restoration you've seen cast by yourself, Lazuli, Echinacea. You see as this sort of bright light that sort of encapsulates the wound. As it doesn't heal fully, it's not nearly as powerful as what you guys are casting, but you can see and what you imagine is something akin to a water Aminae sort of aiding their friend in this time. And you just hear a small little, thank you. And you see as he's just kind of rubbing the snow, and he takes it, like, this isn't anything magical. He just takes like two big handfuls and just rubs it on his face and just kind of, Hello, Zio.
Like, eat, kind of like, like just being caught and finally acknowledged. Zio just sort of kind of like comes out from maybe a little corner that they've been hiding in. You went down pretty quickly. You were the first one to go down, actually.
Embarrassingly quickly, yes.
They certainly knew.
They knew I would be a threat, yes. And they said, no, absolutely not. It was a wise decision. To pick between Whistle and I, well, Echinacea was on Whistle, and as was Uldio. I was left alone, but I thought I could handle it. I couldn't.
I feel like I could have helped a little bit more.
Why? We weren't on the same team.
Exactly. I could have helped a little bit more. Maybe we were in the same team.
Well, the great thing is...
Did you forget we were on the same team, Isandro?
Were we?
Yes, we were.
Oh shit, I'm an idiot. I might be concussed.
You got hit in the head, yeah.
Yeah. That Lazuli is small, but she packs a wallop.
She's pretty amazing.
I felt like I was bombed. Just laughing? Yeah, you were, essentially.
Yeah. Well, I wanted
to
make sure you were okay, because I know you've mentioned losing consciousness before, and maybe she hit hard enough to just take you out in one hit.
I knew this was a friendly bout. I knew that this was not something to fear or be trepidatious of. So, I went down. It's all in the game. We don't win every game we play. I didn't win this one. But it, once again, makes me incredibly happy that we're all fighting on the same side. If I were the Shadow Court, I would be shitting my pants at this point.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're okay, but I guess I have more questions in regards to the teaching, the spirit calling. We agreed that you wouldn't use it, and had you used it, or maybe the shifting, I think maybe the stakes would have been a little bit different.
I think it would have changed the equation, but I think that if the plan of attack were the same, and I were alone, I don't know if it would have I may have been up for a bit longer, but I don't know if it would have changed the outcome entirely.
But it would still change the equation.
Absolutely. It's something different, and it naturally changes the equation.
It would have given you more time.
More time, or more to engage with.
How long until we get to Cyvaholm? It's what, 5 days? 5 more days?
So you guys are... The meeting is on the 23rd. You guys are planning to get there before that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like 5-6 days, I think is what we're kind of working with now. Because that puts you guys on the 20th, 21st.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you can teach me in 5 days?
Definitely things I can teach you. It won't give you the transformation that I have. Full transparency. Time. Much more time than 5 days will be needed to take that on. But, yes. What I'm going to ask you to do is not a joke. It is not I'm not ribbing you. I'm going to need you to sit down and meditate.
Okay.
Do it in a place you're comfortable. For you, I imagine that's someplace up high.
Yes. Why do you think I would take it as a joke?
I've taught more than one shaman, and every time I tell them to sit down and be quiet, they think I'm messing with them. Like it's some pretentious spiritualist, nothing. But the first lesson is to listen. We cannot heed the call, and they cannot heed our call unless they know we're listening.
You're not pretentious. You think of yourself as pretentious.
You've called me annoying more than once since we've met.
But that's not pretentious. Annoying and pretentious
sometimes go hand in hand.
Sometimes.
So I'm annoying, just not pretentious.
Yes.
Someplace high. Sit. Listen for what they say.
Okay.
And once you can hear them, that will change the equation.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Zia bounces on their feet a little bit, just standing there awkwardly, and then just slow motion turns around and then quickly leaves. Just scurries off.
Yeah, you just hear a chuckle, and then you hear Lulu just kind of. I don't see you like that very often.
Shut up.
Sheepish.
Shut up. You don't have to.
Timid.
You don't have to point it out.
Shy. For what?
I don't know. There's been a lot on my mind. They were Chimera and Amari were talking about their loves and not finding anything, and there's a whole entire thing about how I don't realize. I don't immediately realize whenever I'm feeling a certain way, and so now I'm kind of very acutely aware, annoyingly so acutely aware about how my body is reacting. Like the ends of my fingers feel like they're tingling, and I'm way more aware about the fact that I have a tail.
So I think if I am to make a bold assumption, I think you're aware of the things that you were unaware of before.
Really? And I don't know how to react to it. And I don't like it because it's not something I can control. I can't control the fact that I can't control the fact that, my mouth feels like cotton every time I'm standing in front of him.
That you're attracted to the big and strong and helpful and kind and wise man.
A little bit.
It's more than a little bit. You don't stand across the corner and stare tippy-toeing for a little bit.
We're about to go into potentially one of the most dangerous things that we've ever done before. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, the best reason to be truthful.
No, because then if I'm truthful and something bad happens.
And if you're untruthful and something bad happens? Then
Well,
you've never said it.
there's no reason to be untruthful if nothing is said. It's not like I'm lying to him.
Omission is still of it. Do whatever you want. But we'll see what happens after Cyvaholm, I suppose.
See what happens. Zio's going to let his activate his boots of flying and then find a tall point somewhere where they will still see the camp. Will still be in their area, in their sight of vision. I don't know if it's like maybe a cliff somewhere higher or a tree top.
Yeah, you're able to find a pretty high tree that you're able to kind of like nestle into and look down. You're able to see everybody still, so you're able to do that. All right, we'll pause there and we'll check in with Lazuli.
No, Lazuli will definitely be in like the in-between times, maybe even while having conversations, be practicing with her new guild things. So she's already started knitting, and
Oh yeah, because you got the
but she also picked up weaver's tools, and I'm sure I can flavor that, maybe given to somebody or
whatever you want.
just given by somebody, or just like picking up and starting to realize like, oh, I could not just make things as an agreement to a pact, but I've been making these charms. Maybe I could weave my charms into something. So she's messing around with weaver's tools, knitting and sewing different things. And then what is this over? So I know you've already answered this question, but I want like the more exact time of over the course of how many days this specific we're role playing. I know we have multiple days that we're covering, but like
we're covering the next 5 days.
Okay. So obviously we have to eat, sleep, do other things. I know making charms takes about an hour, right?
Yep.
How many do you think I can feasibly make within
well,
a day?
So if you're doing the ritual, I mean, you would need the money for it. You would obviously have to give it the blood, which I'd say you can't do probably too much of. I'd say probably over the course of the day, it would be reasonable if you want to spend like 4 or 5 hours. That's 4 or 5 charms.
Okay. All right. So I think Lazuli will make, just because like she's not grinding, 10 charms over the course of 5 days.
Okay, that makes sense. So like 2 a day essentially.
And then she would like to try and make. So she is going to make a few of the new charm.
Okay.
And then and maybe a new charm. And if you want, I can pitch these to you before sessions. But
we're here now. Let's talk about it.
Obviously, you can veto. Obviously. I'm thinking of a charm that would like have 1 charge of shield.
Ooh, I like that. No, I like that.
Basically, she's inspired by the aberrant dragon mark's protected wings. And just giving someone a loved one of like a little bit of a buffer.
We'll call that the Onkin charm.
Oh, perfect. All right.
So
and I'll give you the.
Yeah, I think a once used shield. I think that's really cool. I think that rips.
Yeah, just like a fuck. Just to like protect her loved ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's weaving, and then while she's creating, she's going to chat with Fritz.
Okay. He does sort of. You see, he's kind of curled around the desk, and he's like, "I feel as if my behavior has been regrettable."
You were quite rude.
I was.
Why?
I spent many a times as a mote of light bullied by the more free and...
Hello?
Sorry? Sorry? Everybody went...
Triggered because of my job.
Sorry. Apologies. My biggity bad. I spent a lot of time bullied by the more free dwellers of the Feywild. I've always been studious and structured, and I preemptively struck when I should have just listened. And I regret it. Because Lulu seems very sweet.
She is. She's very kind.
Mm.
And playful and witty.
I'm trying to be nice.
How can you be in so much pain just from hearing me speak of someone kindly?
Playful, and how do you have time for play? So much work to be done.
Like what?
Well, we have pacts to make.
Right?
And from what I understand, we are marching to a hold where dark denizens of the shadow are present, and we can deal
He
with it.
starts to slowly stroke, like in between his ears, to calm him down. Like, he's okay.
Oh my.
It's like a little scratch, like to see if it'll...
Oh, you see the back foot just... No, well, all right, no.
That's not so bad, right?
No, I suppose it's not terrible.
We'll be prepared.
All right.
Well, do you remember your past colleagues? We're colleagues, so it goes both ways, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I remember them fondly.
Yes?
Hmm.
Is it usually to the end of their lives, or...
Yes. In
Oh my.
more than one sense. Be it the natural conclusion, or if they are gone before their time.
Right.
Yes.
Do you go with them?
I
In that
go...
transition?
I feel it. As I'm connected.
Right.
But I return to the earth. And await my next assignment.
How long have you been waiting?
Not long. It was 400 years.
Pardon? Seems like quite a bit of time to me. How many colleagues have you had?
6.
6. Oh my. And you said you've been a rat and a cat?
I've been a rat, a cat. My first one was a toad, which is why I don't think fondly of it.
Understandably so.
I've been a crow. And I have been... I've been something akin to a field mouse.
I do think the crow suits you, and the mouse.
I quite like this form. This one is good. It catches my... I like it. It's elegant.
It's both witty and intelligent. Stoats are quite effective at hunting. They hunt much larger prey than themselves, or than their size, and they're very playful. They love snow.
Snow is quite good.
Well, so what types of packs did you used to make? Do you remember?
Yes, I remember. We did a lot of public outreach, so if people were short on funds, we would help them make ends meet, or would give them medical equipment they would need in order to help a sick loved one. There was much we did. And it was always in the service of others.
In every incarnation? Or every colleague? Or
Yes.
And they were all with the same coven or different covens?
Oh, different.
Oh. Each one different?
Some were the same. Some were in the Buanid coven. Others were in the I was once with a Fate coven. A few different.
Oh. Very well. Well, I suppose you are here to guide me. Where do you guide?
Well, do we have any projects?
Well, we must go to Sunwall. My own personal thing to learn more about Covens, because I like to learn about.
Learning is
the library.
good.
And there's many other things. I'm not the best at retelling and keeping account of whole of the adventures.
I am
but,
connected to your mind. I know we are headed to Cyvaholm.
right. And yes, just trying to make things better. There's trying to get the Preservium Guild not so nasty.
Let me rephrase. Immediate tasks. Something that
Immediate.
we could handle today.
Sorry, yes. Right. Well, I have 2 more packs to make until my hag rot is a lot less effective.
Oh, yes, that is of the utmost importance.
And so it would behoove us for me to be a bit more healed before Cyberholm. And so I have 2 packs to make, but I would like them to be meaningful and beneficial. And so we have time. We could spend quite a bit of time working on them. I don't want it to just be a quick tit for tat, but yes. So I'm thinking about how to make actionable packs. Oh my!
Finn's like, oh,
Finn, Fritz farted.
Frit. Oh, pardon.
It sounded like you went.
Fritz just sort of, well, there are plenty of people here to make pacts with. So I think we isolate 2 individuals,
Right.
and then we form the pacts from there.
Well, what's the ideal type of person that you make a pact with? Obviously trustworthy, but
Trustworthy is good. That, or someone we know has a need that magic could meet relatively quickly. Especially if we're trying to heal your hag rot.
Right.
Hmm.
I think I'd like to repay a debt to Isandro.
You did? Wow. I have never seen a witch do that before.
And I would like to make amends, because I know it was all in good fun, but that was maybe a little below.
It was a lot. Well, then I think we should go seek out Isandro.
Right.
He just kind of curls under your neck. All right, and you guys head out, and we will pick up with Echinacea.
Echinacea talked a big game with Whistle about like Kalen, like, oh, he can take care of himself. But they do beeline to Kalen and make sure he's okay.
Inspiration point. I think that's such a beautiful character consistency. It's like, he's fine. Where's my baby girl?
He can take care of himself, but where is he?
Okay, you absolutely beeline it. You see he's just kind of, he's polishing his armor. He's sitting down. He's in kind of comfier clothes. Like, he's completely out of his plate. And he says, oh, hi. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm going to try so hard not to be bothersome. But they do take off their the cape that they had from the Magus Arcanum. It's blood red, and they put it around his shoulders, and it turns this Ilustrate purple, this lavender.
It's not bothersome. Thank you for caring about me.
You got electrocuted in the water.
He does laugh. I did. I really did.
In the prelude I made you.
It happens. Hey, it's okay. Listen, I learned lessons, and that's important. I am not going to step on thin ice in big plate armor anymore.
I feel like I need to start branching out in terms of the resistance potions I'm making. Because obviously necrotic and radiant are a good place to start,
Very
but
good.
maybe specifically for you, fire and lightning seem like a bad combination with your armor.
They seem to be happening a lot.
They seem to be happening all the time.
And I can help you make those if you want to.
I would love that.
How are you doing after the fight?
I looked out for myself, and I didn't heal, and it did not go well. So I know that it was just play, but I do feel guilty about it. I do feel bad.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm going to do better. And I'm going to focus on everyone.
I think it's noble to want to take care of everybody. We can only focus on who's directly near us. And I know you know that, and I'm not trying to lecture you or tell you what to do. I know that you're going to give everything you have to try and help your friends and the people you love. I just don't want you to be too hard on yourself.
I keep thinking about what I must have done to make Thanduril hate me, and I worry that maybe it was taking care of myself first, being selfish, or being stupid, or being wrong. I don't know. And I shouldn't. I don't have the fraction of time I need to understand what happened the day he sent me to the Feywild. I don't know why he did it, and so I need to put that away, but I can't stop thinking about who I might have been and why that person might have been someone that you do that to. And it's destroying me not to know. And I know that I talk about that too much, and there's nothing I can do.
No,
There's nothing I can do, so it doesn't matter.
it does matter. And you talk about it as much as you need to. Hey, you're allowed to talk about it. You're allowed to talk to me about it. You're allowed to talk to your friends about it. I want to hear it. I'm sorry that you're struggling in this way.
What if I hurt him? What if I had hurt him and then... What if I deserved it?
I don't know if you hurt him. I know that you don't, but I believe. I don't think that you would have ever hurt him in a way to deserve what happened to you. I think we need to focus on that. The reaction. He took your life from you. And whatever the hurt was, maybe we see him and maybe we find out. But I
would like to find out.
I know. He kind of slips his hands into yours, kind of pulls them underneath the cloak. It's like what you talked about when you said you thought that you killed Valor. I just worry that you might make yourself responsible for something you didn't do. Obviously, we need to keep our minds open. We don't know what happened. But I don't see a world where hurting someone, especially someone that you love, warrants that sort of punishment.
A new fear looms in Echinaceia's mind that perhaps they learn they did something so bad that someone as good as Kaelin no longer wants to be near them.
Mm.
And they don't voice it, they just squeeze his hands. Thank you.
What do you need right now?
Oh, to be busy. Let's make useful things.
He sort of stands up, wraps them in the cloak that they placed over his shoulders, hugs them very tightly, and just kisses them a few times on the forehead. I'm right here.
And they cling to him and they go work on potions.
Okay, go work on potions. Go ahead and give me a crafting check here.
What,
it is going
medicine?
to be... Yeah.
17.
17. What are you looking to make?
Potions of resistances.
Okay.
So, lightning and fire for Kaelin. And then they have...
I was going to say, you have a lot of necrotic and radiant.
I've got a lot of necrotic. I have a couple of radiant. Yeah, I think they're going to do the fire and lightning. They've got necrotic covered. I think they'll do maybe 2 more radiant.
2 more radiant?
Just in case, if they can.
Okay.
I don't know what number I have working with here.
You have the time. I was going to say, you have the time, and that's a good medicine roll. You can make anywhere from, let's say you can make 8 potions. Just none of them can veer on very rare. That's where we're hitting like the above 20 numbers, right?
That makes sense.
Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna round back to Whistle. You had this conversation with Echinacea about the brand. How are you feeling as you're sort of stepping away from this?
I think he's kind of grappling with the possibility that Izradan may have influenced him and he doesn't know. That possibly he's made choices that aren't his own. And I think he's up ahead of the group, kind of walked ahead to do a little bit of scouting, probably past the Shore's caravan. And he's just, thinking about the fact that maybe there's a part of him that's done stuff that he doesn't know. But then he also kind of just is reminded that that's really not Izradan's style. Yeah.
Your mind is yours.
Yeah. It's just makes you wonder.
It's a valid fear to have.
No, but I know Izradan isn't really the type to use magic. She enjoys the torturing.
Yes, but
she wants to force you into a bad choice.
Yes, but the idea itself is still terrifying. Let it be terrifying.
I've been
in the Mind Palace, he's kind of just absentmindedly on autopilot walking.
Yeah.
Right. So kind of drifting back into the Mind Palace, sitting at the table in Nikolai's apartment. In front of him is a perfect image of the Divanthir tome.
I've been tempted to open this and learn more.
Why?
About the soul forged. And after talking with Abbott, I feel a certain sense of duty to at least entertain what could be my destiny.
Why?
But why?
Yeah.
Well,
Big shift from the man I met a month ago. The real you. That is.
The man you met a month ago. Maybe it was the real me. Maybe this is the real me. Lots changed in a month. Man you met a month ago didn't have someone in his head. Didn't do anything other than what was ordered of him. Man you met a month ago didn't have to grapple with the consequences of his own decisions.
And yet here you are, grappling, seeking out more responsibility to put on your shoulders.
I'm not. I haven't made that choice yet.
No, but you're thinking about it.
I think
That is a choice, Whistle. How long have you ignored the calls to do differently? The thing is, now you're listening.
Before, back when I was with the Iron Legionnaires, the only thing worth listening to was the things that could kill you. That's what you listened for. Footsteps behind you. The unsheathing of a blade. I haven't had to really listen to myself before, or my heart, or even my own ideas. It was a waste of time. That's what happens in a place where you're nobody until you kill somebody, right?
Yes. But you're not that here, are you?
No. No, this is a chance. This is a chance to be something different.
No, it isn't. This is a chance to be you.
I'd like to think that me, that's what emerge now, is different than that person that grew up with the Legionnaires. Someone capable of choosing not to take a life just so that they would survive.
So you saved me. You saved Ymir. And you will save them when the moment calls you to. Upon reflecting, you didn't run to kill Lord Tarvish. You ran because you learned what happened to Echinacea.
Yes.
That is a very different calling. Yes, you relied on past instincts. They don't have to be what you do now. You proved that against the Circle of Umbra. In a moment where you would have torn all of them asunder, you didn't.
That wasn't the plan. You're right. If it were just me, I'd have just left their bodies for the crows. But that would not have put us in the likely advantageous position that the Doctor's plan has presented for us.
As you are in quite the advantageous position. Nikolai sort of trails his fingers across the book. Who knows what could be waiting for you in there?
I don't exactly. But
And kind of like locks eyes with Nikolai.
We have to make sure that that knowledge, whatever it is, does not fall into the wrong hands or claws. Until such time,
He's going to just kind of push the book away.
until such time as I know that Izradan can't use me to learn more about this book, or learn whatever it is she wants from it. Until I know that that possibility isn't there, the book stays closed.
As a wise choice.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Not always sure what's the right choice, but
I said wise.
discretion seems to be a good way, a good direction to consider.
You haven't studied like that since our first date.
Well, I haven't spent as much time looking at you as I probably should have.
Well,
Care for a game?
I would love a game.
Slides the book off the table, and it will probably disappear before it hits the ground, really. And in its place, I think the whole table will just be converted into a chessboard.
Yeah, you guys dive in and start playing chess. All right. That feels like a good place
What
to
if they kissed?
That feels like a good place to take a break. So we're gonna go ahead, take a break here, and then we'll be back for the rest of the session afterwards. We'll see you guys shortly. Known Realms, Tolesh. We're gonna pick up with Zio. You're in a tree, motherfucker.
I am. I feel like throughout the days of traveling, that first night after Zio goes up, they are in the tree,
Mm-hmm.
and they are there. They're trying to meditate. They're trying to do their thing. But first time trying, not really working. I think Zio falls asleep that first night.
Mood.
And probably falls off the
Just a little.
kind of like falls as they are trying to meditate. It just sort of like start dozing off, and then there's a point where their body starts leaning and falling, and it isn't until like they quite literally are falling from the treetop and they catch themselves just enough with their boots of flying that they're like, okay, maybe not right now. I should probably rest. And then they'll just try again the next day, and I feel like it takes several tries.
Got a lot on your mind.
Yes, there's a lot on their mind. There's a lot on their mind. Yeah. They'll see that. I feel like the group will see Zio like in the morning saying good morning, grab breakfast, and then go up to a tree top. No one knows. Just up there.
All right. As you sit and begin to meditate, go ahead and give me a nature check.
Sure. Okay. Nature check. I only have a +1, so this could be really bad. A 3. 3.
Tell me what is occupying your mind so much that you are unable to hear the calls of the Aminae at this point in time.
I think Zio is afraid of what's about to happen.
Yeah.
I think Zio is afraid of... I think Zio's afraid of dying. I think Zio's also afraid of their friends dying, the people that they care about dying.
Mm-hmm.
They're thinking about what Lulu said about being honest before something like this. But no, feeling kind of like, no, someone like Isandro is not going to die. There's no way. So I could definitely tell him afterwards. And also thinking about the conversation, there's also like that, and then also thinking about the conversation with Wit, where he had said that he would show up, but Zio also never really hearing back about, in response to what they said about, this is if you want to, like, you don't have to show up if you don't want to. I actually think in one of those situations they would try to reach out. They send their sending.
You would use the sending for the day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
And it's we're just a few days away from Cyvaholm. You're still not entitled to come if you don't want. But if you do, let me know.
You really don't do well with silence, do you? I'm almost there. Bless you, Lou. Jesus. That was the most fucking little...
Okay, well...
I'll be there.
Great. Another thing to think about.
I made it worse!
Yeah. Zio now is just like, oh, okay. more stress.
Yeah. You just kind of you hear back. Are you good?
It's like, is this like, does it feel like he used a new sending?
Yeah.
Okay. So like Zio feels like a like there's just like a yes. I'm good. As good as I can be. There's a lot happening. A lot we need to discuss. But I'm fine. I'm great. I'm fantastic. I really just phenomenal. There's really nothing at all that's on my mind whatsoever. And then just continue until it just cuts off.
It cut off like 2 sentences ago.
Yeah.
We're gonna hard cut to a lone wit with a hood over his head, trudging through the snow on a horse. Terrible fucking liar. Well, I'm just gonna let him sit with that. He just starts riding off.
What a dick. And then Zio's like waiting there.
You stupid fuck, yeah.
Yeah. And then tries to meditate again.
Okay. I will say give me another nature check. Add your wisdom mod. Oh. Gumi.
With a wisdom mod?
Yeah.
3 + 1 is 4. 18? 18?
Yeah, you hear just a little scuttle down the branch as a wind Aminae slowly approaches. That small, like, winter hare body with the long wings and sparrow-like tail, just sort of. Oh, I'm never sure.
Hello, hi, I'm Zio.
Hello.
What do I do now?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to commune with you guys.
Here I am.
Okay, Isandro didn't really explain what comes next after this. He just said that I need to sit and listen. Hi, do you want to tell me about yourself? I can sit and listen to you.
Well, I'm Rox. ROX.
Oh, no. Called rocks. Sorry, I love that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna start hiring people to name shit. Have them do that shit for me, because like I am so beyond sick of every look, laugh, and giggle that I get in this fucking rodeo that we call a game. Anyway,
So he was just gonna listen to rocks, just talk,
yeah,
and listen.
Well, what do you know about Aminae?
I know that there is spirits in every living thing.
Yes, sir.
And that it's... Oh. You're with the times. Okay. Yes, sir.
Do you know we invented swearing?
Yeah. I learned from mushroom, and then mushroom pops out.
Well, do you know what I represent?
The wind.
But what does that mean? Do you know?
Ultimate freedom.
That's 1 out of 4 points.
No. Well, you can tell me that there's 4 things it could represent.
Why? What would that do for you, other than?
Okay, so ultimate freedom.
Freedom.
And
you got that right. Freedom and independence.
Yes.
Well, like
direction.
No. So the first two are freedom and independence. The other two are playfulness and joy.
Are you a joyful and playful Aminae?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm about as joyful and playful as I can be.
You look anxious.
Damn.
You
okay.
feel anxious. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You can't hide how you feel from us. You know how when it's really hot outside and you can see the heat rising from a stone.
Mm-hmm.
I see your emotions that way. Anxiety buzzing off of you.
I can't control that.
No, you can't control how you feel. But you can control how you engage with how you feel. Lying about it's only going to perpetuate it.
I'm not lying.
You said you were good.
Oh, you heard that.
Yep.
That was in my mind. You heard that? Okay.
I can literally see an absence of good.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't tell that guy that I'm doing bad
Why?
because he tried to kill me once.
Then why are you talking to the guy in the first place? Jeez.
Because everyone deserves a second chance.
Oh, honorable. And you could just... What's a second chance if you don't use it, right? If you want to give him a second chance, be honest.
Honest. Yeah. Yeah.
It stands up on its hind legs, like comes up and just like pats your forehead. I know it's tough. It's a lot. Feelings are like, oh, it's like a pound of snow on a small little field mouse. You just can't get out of the hole. But the beautiful thing is, you've invented shovels. So, throw that snow over your shoulder.
What was the mouse doing before the invention of shovels?
Dying under the snow.
That's very depressing.
It's
Rocks?
just, it's the way life was.
That's true.
But the thing is here, the way that something was, much like this past dynamic with this person that you're talking about, is not the way that it is. That's the importance of the lesson. Be it dying under a mound of snow.
Of shit. Dying under a mountain.
Of snow, or... I have to close Discord because you assholes are just going off in the text chat. I don't want to be your friends anymore. Okay. What... The state that something takes is wholly based on the energy we give it.
Mm-hmm.
If this is a new relationship or a new chance, you can't treat it the same way as you treated the old one. Because then it's just the old one all over again.
I think I know what you're saying. But what is this going... Rox, thank you so very
You're
much
welcome.
for your words of wisdom.
Usually
you
it goes
and,
the other way around.
You and Mushroom and all of the Aminae are very just so wise. How... I will say, I'm all about listening to you guys. Thank you so much. I've learned a lot.
His name's Mushroom?
There's Mushroom. Mushroom pops out.
It's a bit lazy.
Well, I think that's not very kind. I think...
Sure. But it's truthful.
I got it.
Mushroom is like, fair enough.
I think the thing is, I was I've been truthful as possible as my entire life, and I think that ended up hurting people.
Mm.
And I think I've tried to control that truth. Maybe I just have to balance it and figure out how to balance it appropriately.
You see rocks go like... Say that word again.
Balance.
Bing, bang, boom. You got it. You got it in one.
Thank you, Rocks.
You're welcome, Zio.
I still don't know how this is going to help me become a spirit caller.
You've opened yourself up. The door is open, and much like starting a new relationship, now that you know, now that we know, it's not going to close. We'll have always touched each other in this way.
Okay. I think I've spent plenty of time up in treetops. It's time for me to go back down to the ground.
Bye!
Bye.
Zio, roll me a d6.
Which one? This one.
I was
My
like a
sister's.
d6.
My sister's D6 that she got me. A 1!
For the next week, your movement speed is increased by 5 feet while flying.
While flying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. I gotta. Ooh. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Let me see if I can fix that. I don't know.
I can put that on your sheet later.
I think I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
it'll-
Alrighty.
Yeah.
As you come on down, we'll stop in with Lazuli. Now, say at this point, we'll kind of touch on what everybody is doing during travel, and then I know you guys want to formulate a plan, so that's how we'll wrap this up. So, Lazuli, over the next 5 or so days, what are you getting up to?
I was gonna reach out to Alice, not Alice Drake. I said it earlier. Fuck. Guy with anime.
Isandro.
Isandro. There we go.
The guy.
Yeah, I was gonna reach out to Sandro about a pact.
Yep. Yeah. You find him, just doing some gardening, and I will say, like, Deirdre and Durwood have just been pretty strictly like training. They've been doing a lot of exercise. Uldiel is kind of doing the same. You can tell that she is crafting her own, kind of taking after Kaelin and Echinacea, like crafting her own sort of potions just to have a reserve by the time you guys...
We've been doing like some 2 and 2 spars, Whistle and Uldiel versus the siblings.
Absolutely, 100%. Ross has been flying the perimeter, just making sure that everything is good. He has been made invisible by Ishror, just so he is not seen as they're sort of flying closer and closer to Cyvaholm. Luckily enough, you guys have not sort of seen any presence of the Circle of Umbra or anything like that encroaching on your area, or the Shadow Court, excuse me. All right. And yeah, so you absolutely find Isandro.
What's he up to?
At this point, he looks like he is just making lunch.
Oh, he's fairy. As Lazuli pops up.
He jokingly just kind of, oh, should I be scared?
Perhaps.
Oh, noted. I'm faring well. How are you doing, Lazuli?
Oh, I'm sorry. I made you a bit of a point of but I wish to
Never apologize for showing off your abilities.
Well, I was wondering if I could pay back or just make amends, even if there is nothing to amend. But I also have a critter of energy and delight that maybe you would like to speak to.
Please.
Checks out, like, Fritz is hanging out. Isandro, Fritz, Isandro. Be nice, Fritz.
Every time you introduce Fritz to somebody, it's be nice, Fritz. All right. Hello, I am Fritz. Hello, Fritz. You are not an Aminae. No, I am a stoat. I can see that. Feywild, correct? Talking to Finn.
Neighbors walk by, and sometimes he just wants to bark at the door.
He just wants to, he wants to go hammo. No, honestly, same. Me too, buddy.
Sometimes. Only sometimes. I don't know if, like, he can tell who has a dog and who doesn't.
Sometimes the neighbors will, like, pass my door, and I'm like, oh,
yeah, understandably so. Hey, Goo, can we chill it? Come here.
hey,
I got
we
Fritos.
chillin'?
You guys are on, like, the treat container.
Puppy chill.
Good boy. Hey. Enjoy. I put that bone back in time. Anyways, we'll fix that in post.
Fix that in post. By leaving it in. From the Feywild.
From the Feywild, yeah. Wait, Fritz or anime?
Fritz.
Anime. Fucking anime.
Nope, anime is just how French people say anime. Anime? Anime? No, Isandro just sort of... no, the Aminae are not from the Feywild.
They're from here.
What was that?
They're from here.
Yes.
Anyways.
What are you looking for, Zuli?
Well, I wish to make a pact.
With little old me.
If there's something that you desire and you think we could achieve it within the days of our travel, I would like to enter a pact with you. The verbiage and its purpose is purely our creation. I don't have anything in mind, but if there's anything that you need or you have ideas, I'm here. Or if you know of anyone.
Oh, I have something in mind.
Okay.
For the fights to come, of course.
Right.
I would like, if anyone of your party... You see, Fritz sort of sits up. Oh, this is a big one. I don't like it when they make big ones. If someone were to fall, let the magic of the earth protect them and bring them back from the precipice of death. Just the once. And then, of course, that magic fades. You hear Fritz go, oh, well, it's a really big one.
Why do you say that, Fritz? I would assist my party whether it was a pact or not.
Yes, but this is something that you are bound to. You have to uphold it. You can request the aid of the earth, but it doesn't always happen. the responsibility is on your shoulders. Maybe, for now, something smaller.
I have the ability to revivify. I don't see the problem.
Lazuli, yes, but you are not able to be on the field everywhere at once. If two people were to fall at once, what would you do? Because per the verbiage of that particular pact, anyone in your party were to fall, they were to be brought back up immediately.
I see. Isandro, I can do something similar, but we might have to be more particular with the wording. I can guarantee healing. That's something that I don't have a limited number of. But revivify, I would. You have my word. But healing is maybe more feasible and less tricky. Or
over the course of the fight, protect Zio. As you normally would.
As I normally would.
And help them see that they are stronger than they think.
Over the course of the Battle of Cyvaholm?
Correct.
I will...
I'm only asking you to do what you do normally. Inspire your friends.
I can inspire them.
And in return, I want your favorite flower.
You're asking two things of me.
Oh, shit. Alec got confused. Now your turn. Sorry. You get dose.
I can see the Aminae all the time as well, or is
no? It's something that you have to like focus on.
Then I want that
to be able to see the Aminae,
or to bestow it, maybe once.
I see where this is going. Deal.
Yeah.
A new pact has been formed. All right.
Well, the powers I want. I won't abuse this.
Yes, you will. It's them. All right. And wait, just so I know, I think you want to talk to Lapis too as well, right? Okay. We'll say that takes course over the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Okay, but you've cemented a pact with Isandro. Is a pact with Lapis something you want, or am I misunderstanding?
If he would enter a pact, but it seems kind of something he would be averse to.
I guess the only way you can find out is to ask.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way to find Lapis, and we'll quick stop in because Echinacea, per the list, you wanted to help construct mana shields, correct?
Yes, they would be there doing that.
Okay, so we'll set the scene. Echinacea just found an opportunity to mix you guys together. Let's do it. Echinacea, you're sitting with Lapis, and he's just he's handing you these small spheres, which don't look dissimilar in like base to sigil spheres, right? So you now, with those memories received, like you're kind of understanding how this thing is constructed. You understand that it's going to expand and create a protective barrier akin to your Echinacea's defensive dome spell.
Yeah.
Like very, very similar. I was actually inspired by your work at the gala.
You showed this at the gala.
I'm
I mean,
talking
yours
about,
was bigger.
That's what I'm saying. The smaller, more individualized version.
Oh my goodness.
So,
I'm flattered.
I figured you know the magical signatures of your spell. It would be quite intelligent to work together on this.
Absolutely. I have the abjurative background. You have the technological background. We have the arcane core that we stole.
Oh, and we're going to get a lot of legs with that one. It's a big arcane core.
Mm-hmm.
Help from one of my children.
What am I doing? Oh, there's a high five.
Well, currently leaving Lapis hanging.
No.
Right now, what I need you to do, since Lapis is doing the tech aspect, you're going to be doing the arcane, so you're going to give me an Arcana check.
That makes sense.
And we're going to need 3 successful ones. The DC is going to get increasingly higher.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to use an inspiration for the first one because it was a 13, and that feels low. There we go. 28.
All right, your first check is complete, and I'm going to roll a tinker check for Lapis. Yep. That is a success for him. With that, you hear Lazuli come in. One second, darling. We're just finishing this up. Unless you would like to help.
Good.
Please, come here. Would you like arcane or technological?
I need practice with arcane.
Well,
Come to me.
all right. Go sit with your
Oh.
sibling.
Well, if you need hands in tech, then I will be here.
Oh, you see, he's
have good
got
sleight of hand.
2 hands and then like these little arcane arms sort of hovering over his shoulder that are just kind of whirring. He's like, I have plenty.
Well, is it an arcane check versus a sleight of hand check?
It's an arcane check for you're using int regardless. But what you can do is like what we always, you can essentially offer the help action and give Echinacea advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Help.
Okay. So we'll roll the next set of checks. Echinacea do so with advantage. Lazuli is helping.
Another 28. Thank you for the advantage.
Okay.
What's this? How do you do this? How do you focus here?
So the thing about it being a dome is that you often have to account for the ground when you're thinking about the magic and how it's going to diffuse into the earth. And so they start explaining some really complex mathematical jargon that Button doesn't know.
Okay. Yeah, you start explaining it, and Lapis, you just hear him kind of, sounds right. Yeah, correct. And then we'll go ahead and make this last roll here. Okay.
26.
All right. Yep. We went from 15, 20, 25. So you succeed. Okay. Bing, bang, boom. So you guys see over the course of, we'll say like about an hour, you've successfully crafted here 1 mana shield. It can house up to 4 creatures, and it has 75 hit points.
Hello.
Okay. I imagine it's stationary?
It's stationary, yes. That is the one thing about it, and you are not able to shoot from within. It truly is just an abjurative dome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a resilient sphere or
Exactly,
something.
yeah,
But
essentially.
with hit points, so
Yes.
it's not for the duration.
Yep.
This is going to be very useful when it's needed.
I completely agree. It's going to help wonders in a pinch. And I'll make sure that each of you have at least 2.
How?
I have to get working.
Oh, okay. We've got a lot to do. Okay.
So, I mean, and above table, I'm specifically talking for the party. We're not making 30 fucking...
I gotcha.
It's just like, oh, I have no time left. And it's gone. How are you both feeling moving into Cyvaholm? We're almost there.
probably going to be seeing someone who knows more about me than me, which is always daunting. But we're gonna do it, and yes, and it's gonna be great, and we will succeed.
That's very difficult. You see the look of somebody who shared that experience.
How are you and Aura?
We are all right. She is lovely, but I harbor a lot of guilt. Guilt that I know is not feelings are always valid, but I did nothing wrong. Circumstances led to that tragedy. But kind of looks between the both of you having this situation. Of course, if I were stronger, if I were better, if I were more capable, maybe I would have been able to protect my wife and child, but I cannot get lost in that. Or at least I can try not to. Of course I think about it. But
if it brings you any solace, we're about to beat up some of the people who did it.
I can say the same for you both.
Does Lazuli look like she wants to talk to Lapis? Like, I know above table she does. Is there a read Echinacea could get?
I mean, she's just like watching this conversation and being an attentive listener.
All we can do now is prepare. Is there anything I can help you with now, either of you, in order to prepare? Obviously the mana shields, but I understand we all have a lot of equipment, and I am a man with magical hands.
Ooh.
I am your father.
I'm just teasing you, you silly man.
Inappropriate.
I'm older than you.
Hey,
I think. How old are you?
I don't know.
You're not a fairy. You don't know. That's right.
The fucking...
That's right.
But the fact that it's a possibility is telling. What can I do for you equipment-wise?
I actually wanted to give Lazuli this. Echinacea takes out of their bag Lord Tarvish's Wand of the War Mage. It's a +3 wand, and they are going to hand it over to Lazuli. Because you're now a witch, you should have a wand.
Feel it. Oh my. I was actually thinking about doing something a bit similar with this. She puts the rider pulse on the table. I don't use the bayonet or the rapier version of it quite so much. And I'm afraid to let go of the pistol. It's quite effective, but it's not something that I want to use regularly. And I've done some drawing. Always when I'm speaking. Are we chill now? Do you just want to have your say? You need to speak about something? Okay. Are we done? Okay, thank you. I've done some drawings and some diagrams, but I was thinking more of a focus, like a staff, for its primary form. But I don't have the skills to reforge it.
You see as like the gears in his mind start to tick as as Lapis takes both the Rider Pulse and the Wand of the War Mage. I think I could do something with these.
It's quite a lot of work, and I have a bit of an idea, but I don't know how comfortable you are with it.
Will it protect you?
I believe so. I have one more pact to make. Not two to complete, but I've made my fourth, and I'm looking for a fifth. And I'll be fortified after I complete that. And I was thinking this could be your side of the pact, and I could do something for you.
I will construct this into the most beautiful companion you could imagine.
Thank you.
Something that serves both to protect and use your new abilities. And if I understand how PAX works, now it's your turn.
Companion, you say?
Some people
All
call weapons companions.
I know you're not much of someone who wants weapons to make them, but I have made something myself in my time at Ishwar's castle, and maybe you both could be a companion for each other. And she takes out Pugsley. This is Pugsley.
Well, hello there. Hi. How are
David
you?
is like a mech armadillo kind of little character that she crafted.
I'm Pugsley, but that's been said. Yes, it has. I am Lapis. That wasn't said. Well, it has been now. He's perfect.
I'm always afraid to take him out because I don't want to hurt him in combat, or he's still quite fragile. I just recently tinkered, and there's still a lot to do, but maybe you could protect him, and you guys could be friends. I don't know.
I will keep him close.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is the exchange. Pugsley for my creation.
If it deems... And Pugsley, are you alright? I don't mean to hand you off to someone without your consent.
It's cool.
Okay. He's going to make you very big and strong.
Alright. I don't hate the sound of that. Oh, big and strong. Maybe they'll call me Buffsley later.
I don't know what his plans are, but he's...
Oh. What do you think about his six-pack, Lapis? Lapis is like... We'll see. Lapis puts out a hand. Lazuli, you've made your fifth pact.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright. And then, Echinacea, what are you looking to get done for the remainder of these 5 days?
Well, they want to... I don't want to, like, take up the time, because I know memory spelunking can be time-consuming, but, like, they want to, as they train with Lucian and Kaelin and Whistle and whoever is training, to implement their memories of fighting alongside Thanduril with the knowledge that they might have to fight him.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So I would say that you find Lucian, Kaelin, and Whistle. I imagine you're training with Uldiel. Does that feel?
Yeah, we're beating up the Wood Twins.
The Wood Twins.
I can't remember his last name.
Perfect. Okay. You absolutely find the way forward with these 5, and you begin to start training. Lucian sort of dives inward, Kalen sort of using his more defensive flourishes, and you in your mind, how do you prepare yourself for this bout with your companions, the spar?
If I recall correctly, Echinacea in the past wore like heavy armor, like a cleric. They were able to do so.
Yes.
They are implementing a lot of, like, they're using Oleander's thorny armor as they fight to stave off attacks. They're bashing away their shield of faith, and as they do so, they try to recall times that they did this with Thanduril to see how he fought and how they interacted.
Yeah.
Like what was the feeling between them?
You feel yourself sort of fall back into a memory at the house that you discovered you had in Sunwall. A beautiful backyard, and you kind of feel this tug at your shoulder as Thanduril, stand still, my walking garden. I'm trying to put your armor on.
Sorry, I got distracted.
By what? Oh, I know.
Oh, you know?
Yes. I'm right
then
here.
inform me.
Look at me, I'm gorgeous. And you are drawn to the most beautiful things in this world.
Unfortunately, you did get me there because I was looking at you, but it's very pig-headed.
Big head. I can't think I'm beautiful, and I can't know that you think I'm beautiful.
You can and should know.
You guys share a deep
Corrigible.
kiss. You see as he takes a spear from the side of the house, you know this to be Karam Shawl. A spear passed down to members of the Larethian line of knights. You see as he twists it, and it becomes a short sword and a bit of an extended mace in each hand. So you wanted to train, yes?
Yes, I do.
I love nothing more than sitting with you, reading, picking your mind. I must say I got really excited when you said you wanted to do this. And it also means a lot to me.
Well, you matter to me. And I want to be better at protecting you. So, they pick up whatever it is they are using. This is slightly less impressive than that.
You have a shield and a mace. All right. And you two begin to... go ahead and roll initiative. We're not going to do a full combat. I just want to see who goes first here.
Me too? Oh, no.
Not you.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. You definitely go second to Thanduril.
That makes sense.
You see, and this is something you notice as he is quick. You see as he immediately pushes off from his front foot and just leaps forward. You can see that he uses a lot of disorienting movement. You see the bladed edge of Karam Shawl that is currently in its short sword stage is used to create sound ripples in the grass. You see as he pushes it forward above him and creates this raking trail just to create a distraction for an enemy eye. Like, you keep an eye on the blade that's coming at you, and then you see as on the other hand the mace comes in for a strike. You see as it very lovingly hits your lower thigh. Not hard. I do love this part of you. You see as it rubs for just a moment as he goes in for another... Okay, yeah. You smack down as it hits kind of right in the core of his head. And he says, oh, that's a good tactic disorientation. Yes. Oh, very good.
Thank you very much. You're terrifying.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
But
good.
But you have nothing to fear with me. I hope you know that I would never hurt you.
I trust you.
Runs inward, and you see as a bonus action is used to connect it as he goes for a sweeping strike with the blunt end. You immediately kind of trip, fall, land on your back as the blunt end, much you imagine in other situations the bladed end would be used, as it's put directly next to your neck. as he leans down. You see he grips the pole arm and just sort of slides down, very, very proud of himself, but very adoringly at you. His eyes are wide, wider than you usually see them, as he just sort of crouches above you. Defense is going to be your best tactic. Defense and then counter strikes. You can see as he's trying to speak tactics, but he's immediately getting lost in the vision of you.
He's like crouched down.
Mm-hmm.
Defense and counter strikes. And they kick one of his legs down so that they're flush with each other in the grass. So they'll leave the memory there.
Flush with the grass, yeah. Yeah, I'll say you have the shield there and the mace up. You've gained the upper hand in this bout. But it's clear there is a lot of passion there. There's a lot of love there. Beyond that, tactics-wise, Thanduril uses speed. He very much uses the art of distraction and disorientation. Honestly, quite similar to the way that you've seen Lucian fight hand-to-hand. But he is much more dangerous with the weapon broken off into two pieces. He's much more aggressive in that fighting style. When the carom shawl is in its polearm position, he's a lot more flourishing. There's a bit more time between strikes, and he's a bit more flashy and defensive. So yeah, that's kind of what you were looking for.
Yeah, and I think Echinacea calls that out, knowing that we may encounter Thanduril.
Yeah,
as they are like gaining these memories, they're informing the people they're fighting with about how Thanduril fights. But I think as they are informing everyone, there's this feeling that when Echinacea sought out Lorien and went to fight him as the Vildraven, they had two memories of him, two brief memories. They didn't know him. They loved what they remembered as best they could, but it was an incomplete and confusing thing. And I think as Echinacea is spending more time in their memories of Thanduril, there's this strange imbalance.
Yeah.
Where they're going into this, and they have a much better sense of who he is than they did when they met Thanduril for the first time.
When they met Lorien for the first time.
Yeah, Lorien, sorry.
No, you're good.
I keep saying the same name. And it's disorienting to be thinking tactically about how to protect themselves from him while they also are diving into memories where they can feel that they are very much in love with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You take the time sort of grappling with those memories, and again, you feel this, no words shared. Obviously, you're in the middle of sparring with your allies, but you feel as Aedwulf just sort of wraps around this small comfort for whatever it may be. Just a bit of a hug. All right. You spend your time training, potion crafting, and we'll do one last thing. Zio, we're checking in with you, and then we'll have the group converge here, go over the plan, and then we'll set off for Cyvaholm.
I was gonna hope to do this after the planning, if that's okay.
Oh, well, that's fine. That's okay.
Can we remove Whistle's brand at some point during these travels?
Yes. Yep.
The tattoo?
Yep. We'll do that scene quick, and then so Whistle, we'll say that this is the morning that you guys are going to be planning.
Whistle.
Sorry, I don't mean to rush you guys.
Yes, Doctor.
I have it. I have it.
That's wonderful news. What are we gonna do?
I need to see it. I need to be able to touch it. Also, do you know of any other curses on you that you might want to keep? Because I need to know about them or they'll go away too.
Not that I know of.
Perfect. Lucian was tricky because he wanted to stay a werebat. Yeah. Okay. And Whistle Whistle like removes his armor and is.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll hurt, Whistle. But if it does, I'm sorry.
It'll be worth it, I'm sure.
Okay. And the mark, Alec, as you described it, is the face of a dragon.
Correct.
Echinacea will trace the sigildry around the tattoo, and there's this chill feeling, Whistle, as you can feel the face. Like, for the first time, you can feel what the tattoo is, and it's Izradan's face. And you hear Echinacea very quietly mutter, "Relinquish him." And you feel a muzzle snap around the mouth of Izradan.
Feels like things are going well.
I think so. And it's instantaneous, Alec. I don't know if I have to roll anything.
There are no other effect. You were dead on where like it was more difficult with Lucian because he wanted to maintain. Like there were 2 curses that were being contended with, but this is instantaneous. You feel the Whistle. You feel a weight that you forgot existed there completely disappear. A magic that served to keep you in place, in line, in service, fade away. Freedom.
I think Whistle, as the spell was being cast, was probably kind of like shoulders hunched, kind of leaning forward. And I think as the weight is lifted, he's now sitting up a little bit straighter, head held higher. That's the way that works.
Thank you, Doctor.
What do you feel?
I feel lighter than I've been in a very long time.
You look like a new man.
He's going to kind of roll his shoulders.
Yes, I feel free. Thank you, Dr. Belrose.
Thank you for trusting me with the knowledge of it. I know that must have been frightening.
Not as frightening as you would imagine. I feel like you are someone I can trust. You don't, I don't feel any judgment from you.
No. No and never.
I think with that, he's gonna head back out and he's gonna fight even a little bit freer than he did before.
All right. And then this does, I will say, Ishror sort of, you guys see as he begins to gather you all at camp. All right. We're about 2 days out. So, seems the best to discuss our plan. I will give you all the floor.
We don't have above table. We don't have any sort of like idea of Cyvaholm's layout or anything.
Yeah.
I will say, Aura has scouted. We'll say I'm sure that that's happened over the course of time, so I'm happy to do that. Layout, you know that Cyvaholm is 4 stories. So there's a ground floor, first floor, third floor, second. Ground, first, second, third. There's also a crypt underneath Cyvaholm. It is surrounded by a moat So there's a drawbridge that at this point in time that Ori has seen has been activated. There are 2 towers in the southern part of Cyvaholm. Both seem to be fitted with ballistas. It is unclear whether those are arcane or mundane. On the outskirts, there is a consistent rotation of about 10 Shadow Court guards who look to be wearing plate, who look to be heavily armored, and 2 of them are riding Blighthounds. So there's a hefty rotation. They only change rotation once a day, and that is first thing in the morning at about 6 o'clock. So that is when guard rotation is, and they switch out to the same style of guard, heavily armored. A lot of they look akin to knights, with 2 to 4 Blighthounds. It was different every time she scouted it out. There is also siege weaponry, very visible. On the entryway to Cyvaholm, you can see as there are an array of, she is unsure what they are, but they look akin to cannons. They're sitting at the entryway waiting for anybody to infiltrate from the front. So it looks like the front is very heavily fortified. The back has at least 4 to 5 guards that circle it every so often. But there are those 2 ballistas in the southernmost towers. It would be probably the most advantageous to fly in from the Wavering Peaks, so where those 2 southernmost towers are, as it seems they are only big enough to house 1 to 2 people each. That would be Aura's recommendation, but you guys know kind of what's waiting for you up front. But inside, there's not been able. It's clear that these have been shrouded by darkness, and she is seen by magical darkness, so she has not been able to see inside of Cyvaholm. And she also noted 2 scrying eyes about a mile out. So these black sort of obsidian orbs that are sort of floating around, keeping an eye on the premises.
Do we have the location for where the scrying eyes are?
You have where she last saw them, but they were moving when she saw them. Yes.
Okay.
So it's just something to keep an eye out when you get within a mile of Cyvaholm.
What do they register as if I cast Primeval Awareness?
Nothing. They're not creatures. If you were to do something akin to like a locate object,
or detect magic,
yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, Lazuli. I have to read the verbiage of the Robe of Eyes, but I think you might be able to see it.
Are Blighthounds summons or animals?
Animals.
Okay. So I do have speak with animals, I believe.
Well, they're technically they're not categorized as beasts, and I think speak with animals you can only speak to beasts. They are categorized as monsters.
Monsters. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
Got it. Do I have speak with? Yes, it is. Okay.
But it's clear that they have siege weaponry posted up in front. So there are catapults. There are you see rows of like what look like spikes for any sort of like unsuspecting horse and carriage that might approach. Any sort of like war band. They're like spike strips essentially set out. And these very odd pillars that Aura has seen affixed, lining almost like street lamps, but they are posted up from the mile point all the way back to Cyvaholm. So there are 2 approximately every half mile. So 2 half mile, 2. So there are 4 outside of Cyvaholm on each side of the main road. And then inside the hold itself, there are 4 surrounding the hold on the outskirts.
And what do they do?
They were only seen emitting a purple light. Aura imagines that they are defensive, and nothing has approached Cyvaholm, so it is unknown what they do at this point. But they look abjurative.
So avoid those. So above table, where us 4 are we planning to stick together, or are we going alone? Not alone, but are we separating?
I'm by you.
Oh, you're
think
with
we'll-
me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do is stick together.
Like us four.
Us four. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then we can kind of. I'm thinking we could even just do like a little split kind of approach. You know, I mean, the plan is to go in disguise, right? And
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, so we could have one team going through the front, kind of like how we did the last one. You know, so we don't have also thinking too about how the combat could run. You have one team going through the front of the place, and then our team going through the back by the towers.
And we are and we're going disguised as
The
the
Circle of
Circle of
Umbra.
the Umbra, right?
Yep.
So just to make sure, what if we have the team that's not us be the ones that go through the front as disguised?
Yeah, I think we should also be in disguise.
I think we should all be disguised.
Yeah.
I think
All be
maybe we
disguised.
should start wearing our disguises now, knowing that there's a scrying eye.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Granted, it won't see me or Lucian because we have non-detection amulets.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Will it not see through
It-
disguise?
Shouldn't.
It
No,
doesn't
scrying eye
look
does
through
not have-
illusions.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have true sight or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's
Now
not-
that being said, yeah, I think above table, I think those pillars are things to watch out for. I think those could probably. The thing I immediately thought is that they might mess with like teleportation stuff, so that we can't just teleport into Cyvaholm. Or it could even just be detection stuff. Could even just be to detect the presence of things that aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, abjuration can get spooky really fast.
Mm.
We could try to take the towers with the ballista.
What would be a sneaky way to get rid of the ballistas, though?
We just
If
get rid
they're
of the guys
sneaky.
around it. We just because they're on top of the towers, right? So if we can just block up
Fly
the
in.
doors or force them to fly up or something, then we can see them.
Or dismantle them.
Yeah, just roll them off to the side.
That would cost a big attention.
Yeah, but
I don't-
I eventually we're gonna not be stealthing. I think.
Yeah. But go ahead, Alec.
No, I will say, I feel like we're mixing between above table and in character. So I think we're going to stick to in character.
Character.
Lucian just sort of... What if we sent a main force in the front? And then, as we are supposed to be dealing with the Shadow Court, but we are also looking for Shah's divinity.
Yes. We're looking for Shar's divinity. It sounds like, Aura, you have no idea where that might be kept?
From what I could sense, she kind of looked at Lazuli. I imagine it's in the crypt.
It should be radiating a powerful celestial presence, correct?
That's what I got, yes.
Oh, from the crypt.
Yes.
Is there an access point to the crypt besides the fortress?
There is an access point that is on, there is technically an exit within the Wavern Peaks.
Oh.
So,
I want to go there.
Lucian's like, we should have as many people up front as possible, and as few people sneaking into the crypt as possible. We know that Echinacea can cast greater invisibility, which gives us the opportunity to act, and while we're there, he kind of looks. If Kaelin, Echinacea, and I went to the crypt, and we had the largest force possible taking the front. I'm thinking about this. Please excuse my crassness. As someone who tried to take a city.
You'd also be taking the best healer we have away from the most injured, the most likely to be injured.
Yeah, I don't think us the Fated should be separated.
I think then that we need to prioritize Shar's divinity. But we need to look like the members of the Circle of the Umbra.
What's the range on Invoke Duplicity?
I think it's 60 feet.
Trying to see what I can do. How far away can you go?
I think another thing that's concerning about just you three going through the back is the fact that I'm assuming that a shard of divinity, a piece of divinity, is going to have a lot of reinforcement.
That makes sense.
It's special for one reason or another.
So we, as the Circle of the Umbra, target the divinity. The sliver of divinity.
Well,
Go in and try to take that from them. They have to come from the fortress to us.
well, us five, we could go. Me, Whistle, Lazuli, Echinacea, Kaelin, and Lucian. We could go towards towards Shar, and then the rest could go through the not forward assault, but
That would be a forward assault.
well, forward assault, yes. But
If-
they would be disguised, right?
Yes, but as soon as something starts going awry and someone is made aware, the whole place will be on lockdown. And the only logical different thing that the Shadow Court would notice is the people who just entered through the front door.
So then we let those folks go in first, and then allow them the time to maybe mingle. Not super long, but then we can go through the back.
We'd risk our illusions being, noticed the longer we spend amongst them. It's good for the initial approach. Get them in with their guard down. Surprise them. But
What if we don't wait until the 23rd? What if we go in earlier, like tomorrow, in our disguises, still as the Umbra, and we try to stealthily steal it? I imagine they'll probably spot us because it happens pretty frequently that at least one of us, usually me, but also not with the... Maybe they won't notice us, but if they do, they'll think it's the Umbra, and that completes that. That is the charade we want to uphold. We get the divinity. They feel like they've been double-crossed. That's what we want them to think.
yes,
So then what about the forward?
we might. What if we only use them if we need them? They wait out, and if things get bad for us, then they make their move.
We send a message.
Ishwar sort of. I'll be able to get everyone there very quickly.
So we'll be the forward line, and then we send out a signal once everything goes to shit. Because it will.
I can make a telepathic bond so we don't have to send a signal. We can just tell Ishvar.
All right.
I think we remain focused when we get in there. Get the divinity, get out, and make sure we're seen doing it.
I forgot to tell you guys one thing. Wit is supposed to be alright at this point.
What?
Another ally.
Why? No, he tried to kill me.
Oh.
Looks to Zio.
He tried to kill me too.
Yeah, that's no better.
Is the hope that the Shadow Court will
I
keep it
mean,
for you?
I think he was almost a little bit more successful in trying to kill me than he was Echinacea. I did say that he threatened Echinacea more than anything.
When you say
but-
a little bit more successful at killing you,
Oh, I was down. I wasn't dead, but I was down.
That sounds like you're not making this sound any better.
Why?
That sounds like I've been taught and told by plenty of you all that people deserve second chances, and I told him that we were coming, and he says that he could help. Not in those words exactly, but he seems willing to help. And he knows about Vamir. I told him about Vamir to look more into it, and it seems like he's learned without me having to try and manipulate him into thinking about it. It's important.
We also don't want him to go in there alone and get hurt then, if you're giving him a second chance.
Yeah, I can send him a message tomorrow morning and just keep him updated.
Well, we have time, right? This is like the 20th or 21st?
Yep.
Alec?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
20th.
Okay. Okay.
He should be in the area, if anything.
He's kind of booling.
Yeah.
I would say, Zio, you have the ability to communicate with him now. It's not the same data that you sent to him
that's true.
before. So
That's true.
if that's something you want to do, I just want to make sure you know you have the ability to do so now if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I think Zio will try and reach out to him. I don't want to I don't want to count the words or anything, but it's basically just like, hey, where are you? Drop a pin.
Drop a pin?
Drop a pin. Where are you? We're
I'm
planning...
about 5 miles out, which means he's like real close to you guys.
Rings.
Do
From
we
Cyvaholm? Oh, wait, I didn't hear. Never mind.
Yeah.
He says he's 5 miles out. God damn it.
What about the scrying eyes?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
He's
Oh, okay.
you hear as he just stopped. What?
Careful with the scrying eyes.
The what? What are you where are you?
I'm not done with my thing.
No, this
And
is
then
this is the primordial one, so you can talk about
Oh,
the
okay.
primordial.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Because he has the ability to do that.
Yeah, that's true. We're in blah 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 describes the area.
Drop a pin.
Drop
He's like,
a pen.
I'm like fucking 10 minutes away. All right.
Great.
Wait. You should tell your friends. I'm not gonna hurt anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
I
I
wouldn't
get
let you.
unless I get a reason.
No, I wouldn't let you.
I'm coming in. Okay. You remember how it went last time, Little Horns. It's not gonna go much different this time.
Yeah, you got held by my giant earth and wind hand.
And it
I
took
linked
one of
you
your
with.
friends to Vortex Warp for that, or to Silvery Barbs for that to happen.
So it still happened, and then you left with your tail between your legs.
I took an open invitation to live.
Exactly, and here you are.
Hey, don't forget the windmill. I saw a tail between your legs. And remember, I'm here to help. I can just as easily turn tail and fucking leave.
We have a lot to talk about.
See you in 10.
He's on his way. He's 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Is Lucian here?
Yep.
You will be the prettiest one in the room. I'm excited.
I don't know
I'm
why I
not-
stay here.
I'm not looking forward to the two of you meeting.
Why?
Because he's an asshole.
What does it have to do with me?
Because
think you'll get
you're
along.
also a little bit of an asshole.
I can leave.
No.
You're very sweet.
Thank you. I am an asshole, but
Are you more offended by the broody or the asshole comment?
I don't know.
Because I think broody is endearing.
Yeah.
And you won't be the broody head.
Thank you.
You'll have to compete.
If you take away the art, then you're a booty, and that's kind of like being an asshole.
Wow.
Take an
Thank
inspiration
you.
point for that.
Angie,
I like
wonderful.
that one. All right. Is there anything else to go over plan-wise here?
When did we kiss?
What? Who?
Okay, so
What?
Wit is going to do what?
Oh, well,
Phenomenal question.
that's a great question.
Hey, I want all of you to just make a quick little history check. Except you, Whistle. You weren't there.
Yes,
I will let you know that I just told him that we were on our way to a fight, and he invited himself.
He really did. He's like, bet?
A 5.
That's crazy.
Are
11.
you fucking joking? Lazuli?
Wow.
Lazuli, you remember. Wit had a pretty special hammer that was particularly useful against structures.
Wait, has a hammer, I believe.
And you're looking particularly at those pillars.
Put them by the pillars.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, phenomenal!
He can take out all his anger issues on the pillars.
Oh.
I can take out my anger issues on what?
The pillars. Hello.
Hi, everybody. You guys see Wit, who his looks a little different from when you saw him last. Oh my god.
Anyways, continue.
He is wearing attire much more akin to Lucian's, so very roguish, kind of like very fine padded leathers. He has a bandana that's sort of tucked up on his face, a hooded shawl that he just sort of throws down, this long, scraggly black hair that's just sort of flowing. One of his horns has become chipped and kind of broken at the top, and he's just got a little bit of stubble at this point.
Oh, you move fast.
We
We're just talking 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I decided to make it expeditious. I wanted to say to everybody, I'm not here to hurt you.
Insight check.
Please.
Favorable 12.
Theo's not going to do an inside check.
Okay.
Theo is trusting.
Is anybody else inside checking here?
I would. I just don't want
Yeah,
to
go
pile
ahead.
on, but I'll go for it. Ah. 18.
Nice.
Lazuli?
13.
There's no deception here. You're not gleaning any deception.
Can I roll for intimidation?
For fucking what? Okay, yeah.
Because I'm just like,
Okay, cool. Yeah, so roll for
roll for eyebrow arch?
yeah.
No, fuck, that's deception. Ignore that.
Ignoring, disregarding.
But
Yeah,
unless
that was a
that
good roll.
16 is better.
No,
wait.
not unless it's better. Get fucked.
Intimidation.
Unless what
I'm
I
gonna
rolled is
plus 1. Oh, it's a 9.
you kind of loose. Kaylin does come up with a tissue. Do you have to sneeze? It becomes the most unintimidating thing possible. Bless you.
Get a nat 1.
It's a 9. You're like, you guys do see Lucian just kind of.
Why are you brooding, Lucian?
I'm not. He's mewing. Like,
Lit.
Wit just sort of. I suppose you guys can inform me on the plan, if there is one. I imagine you, Goody Two Shoes, came up with a plan.
You
Me?
plan?
I plan?
Yeah.
Did I? No.
You kidnapped our friend to get information from her.
Oh,
I
no,
know
no,
that's
no,
a plan.
No. I planned that. Absolutely. I did.
Yeah.
That was a plan. Yeah. Listen, I don't think she was your friend when I kidnapped her.
That doesn't really matter. I don't care if someone's a friend or not when you kidnap them. It's the principle of the... You don't care. Okay.
I don't.
So,
My thing is, what are we doing moving into Cyvaholm? And I imagine you guys regurgitate the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
you get to hit things.
Ooh, yeah, I want the pillars.
Perfect.
Bonk them.
They're abjurative. Be careful.
Okay.
Oh!
Noted.
Echinacea will hand over a potion of necrotic resistance. And then everybody else, just in case you didn't read Strategy Corner, make sure you get your potions. You should have... everyone should have necrotic resistance except for Lazuli, who gets radiant because she's already resistant.
I have another one.
And then 2 potions of healing, and then a potion of heroism.
What type of healing? Is it
A normal one.
normal one?
A normal one.
What did I do?
All right.
Zio at one point, as everyone's like discussing and everything, he'll just like stand beside Wit and kind of like elbow him a little bit, and then just say thank you for being here.
I'd do it for you. You're welcome.
And then just walk away.
All right. You guys have a plan cemented. You prepare as much as you can over the next couple days. And that is where we're going to end. Oh,
Before, I'm so sorry. This is gonna be very quick.
okay.
Zio's going to find Isandro.
Mm-hmm.
I think this would probably be the night before like they go and do everything.
Okay.
Hey, can I talk to you?
Sure.
Yeah. I think I'm attracted to you.
You don't say.
I do. I am saying it. I'm saying it right
No,
now.
I would. I know.
I don't know what's gonna happen. And I just wanted to say that. And I don't really know how to do this. And I've never really engaged anyone. I've always had people come to me and tell me, and then I just go along with it. But anyways, bye. Just
Quickly grabs your hand. Takes it and kisses the top of your knuckles.
I just needed to be honest.
Thank you for being honest. I am attracted to you too, Zio.
Okay. Okay.
Once we get through this, we can talk about it more.
No, I don't think I'm going to talk about it more after all of this. Can I spend the night with you?
Yes.
Okay.
He just wraps his hand around yours. The two of you walk, tails intertwining as you move toward a cabin. And we'll fade to black there. I do just want to make sure, just because we had a little extra thing there at the end, is there anything else, anybody, any other final words, any other final things before we execute the plan to Cyvaholm next session? David, you're good?
I want the fade to black to like do like like the like little heart and like
Heart?
yeah. I want it Cartoon Network style and like maybe they like
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
yeah.
The
Can you
tails
take
intertwining.
both?
Yeah. The tails make the heart. Oh, David, yeah.
Yeah.
Slutty.
Yeah.
All right. That is Lou's input.
Mhm.
Thank you. Button, anything for you?
I think Echinacea would just check in with Lazuli and ask, "You're very good at sensing things in the area.
Yeah.
Can you feel Shar's sliver of divinity?"
How close are we?
You're within a favorite terrain. You're still within a mountainous region, so 6 miles, you'd absolutely be able to check from here.
Alright. Primeval awareness.
Immediate.
Oh, like Sailor Moon style? I don't know.
Immediately, you are rocked with this wave of celestial energy. It's more than you've ever felt at any given point while you use your primeval awareness. It is pure, raw, untapped divinity. No amount of masking, concealing, or protecting it could hide what it truly is. You feel that power. More than the power, you feel the opportunities that it could garner. You see why something like this is so seductive. The way it can shift someone. Even feeling it, you are met with the most confusing thoughts of, what would I be like with that? A power like that inspires such questions.
Do I know?
But you feel it. No. But you feel it. And you know it is within that 6 miles, towards the edge of it. And you know it is waiting to go home. Where it's supposed to be.
I can feel it. I should not be near it.
Why?
And is there anyone else like me who might be gravitated or swayed by intense power like that? The Hag Pact was tempting for me. You saw it. I've worked to control it, but it's filled with promise, and I don't know if I were tested, how I would fare. Is there anyone else, whether out of malice or not? I don't know. I'm just telling you. But it is here.
I don't pretend to know what you're feeling. But
Possibility, temptation, power. That is strong. Celestial.
it's Minri's sister.
What I could be? I could be stronger. I know it is not where I belong, or it is. I do not own it, but I cannot deny how I feel. And this is how I feel. How might it make others feel who are sensitive to that type of pull?
I don't pretend to know who would feel tempted.
I guess keep your wits about you. if I was only affected whenever I cast primeval awareness. I don't know if... Obviously no one seems to be salivating at the mouth yet, but if anyone starts to have a reaction that you saw me experience, maybe check it. I don't know what to do with it or what you could use with it or how, but
We shouldn't do anything with it. It
I'm just
belongs
saying-
to Shar.
Yes, I'm saying I don't know how easy it is to accidentally abuse. Like with the primordial orbs, you could just touch and then boom. So I'm not sure if it's that volatile or if you'd have to have some longer process in order to harness its power. But
The best thing to do will be contain it as quickly as possible.
do we have a plan for that?
I planned on the secret chest, but that takes a while to cast.
Right. Okay.
But there are other spells I know that I've not cast before. I could hide it in a sphere that no one could touch until I was able to create the chest.
That might be wise.
Okay, that's good to know. I will prepare that tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you for looking.
Thank you for reminding me. We make a great team.
Lazuli, you know I trust you.
I will always
I don't
be-
think... I trust you to be more than honest. I don't think you would take it.
I must be honest with you and say that the thought does cross my mind. But I will not act on it. If it is in my control. I am a flawed being who likes sparkly, powerful things. But I want to protect you.
All right. And with the knowledge that Shar's sliver of divinity is closer than we ever could have thought, that is where we're going to close tonight's chapter of Known Realms Tolesh. Before we head out, let's go ahead and notch our players, starting with David.
Hey guys, good one. My name is David. I've been playing Whistle. Both he, him pronouns. You can catch me over at Stealthy Elf Productions as the GM of a couple of Pathfinder 2nd Edition games. See you around.
Hell yeah, brother. Next up, Angie.
Hey everybody, my name is Angie, they them pronouns. I've been playing Zio Marino, he they pronouns, and yeah, great things. You can find me on February 19th on Just the Humans Twitch channel as we are going to be raising money for PCRF playing Candle Obscura. And then you can find me the next day on February 20th on Bad House RPG playing the first episode of Embers of Rage, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Full Latina Table. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. Jesus, I do it every time. Lou.
Hey, it's me. It's Lazuli and Lou. Lazuli. We both have she, her pronouns, and that's all. No funny.
No funny haha. All right, and last but certainly not least, Button.
Hello, my name is Button. My pronouns are they, them. I play Echinacea. Yeah, you can find me over on... I'm sorry, I'm so dumb right now. On Unearthed Inheritance over on Stealthy Elf Productions every other Saturday. And you can find me on Dice Cream Sandwiches Astral Academy on the Saturdays that other show's not. Help.
You did it. You don't need help. You got through it. Hi, everybody. My name is Alec. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me all places on the internet at Tales Archived. I'm the Archivist here for Known Realms Tolesh, and you can find me over at Heroes of Asteria, Unearthed Inheritance as Finn Reese on Stealthy Elf Productions. Guys, please go ahead and check out Lupine Honey. Caroline has an amazing store full of fandom merch, artist collaboration, and original designs that are size inclusive and things that you're going to want to, stuff your closet with. So go ahead and check out Lupine Honey and use code TalesArchive for 10% off of your purchase. And we still have a donation link for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. If you are able to hit that link and donate to a good cause, we support free and open Palestine and absolutely denounce the actions taken by Israel in this time. So if you're able to support, we would appreciate that. Thank you guys, and we will see you next time as we dive into Cyvaholm Hold and all it is in store. Good night, everybody! Hey, everybody. Thank you for hanging out for this chapter of Known Realms Tolesh. Big thank yous to Solution, Mazarel, and Selkiko for the raids tonight. We very much appreciate all the support for KRT and in this community. Thank you guys very much. We're going to pay that forward and throw you guys into a raid into another TTRPG channel, another game. I'm going to find one here in a second, and we'll throw you over there. Thank you for spending the time, and we will see you guys next Sunday for our next installment of Known Realms Tolesh. See you later. Have a great rest of your weekend.